Hey guys, welcome back to Crafty Makey TV. My name is Jennifer, and today we are on actually video 3 or 4 that we've been making. We're on a roll, but right now I've had a request for making elderberry gummy bears or elderberry gummies, so I'm going to go ahead and show you how I do that. You only need a few things to make these fun little gummy bears, and if you don't have a gummy bear mold, I will leave a link down in the description to the one that I use. If you don't want to buy a gummy bear mold, that's perfectly fine. You could put your mixture into, say, a 13 by 9 inch pan or on a rimmed baking sheet, and then just cut it up into little squares, and that will work perfectly well. So what do we need to make gummies, elderberry gummies? Well, first we need some elderberry syrup. Need about a cup of elderberry syrup. I made some this morning. So I've got some fresh elderberry syrup right here. I've got just over a cup. But that'll be fine. So I'm going to put that in a saucepan because we're going to need to heat that up a little bit so that we can melt and dissolve our gelatin, which is going to put the gum in our gummy bears. So I'm going to go ahead and put that syrup in the pot over here and get it on the heat. Okay, and you want to heat it gently. You don't want to, because you've already, boiled the dickens out of it while you were, if you made the elderberry syrup yourself, you've already boiled it quite a bit, so you don't want to, or simmered it, so you don't want to boil it to death. You're going to need a whisk for whisking in your gelatin. You're going to need some type of gelatin. Now, I prefer, I'll put it over here, hang on one second. I prefer to use this particular brand, Perfect Supplements bovine gelatin. It's beef collagen. Gelatin is just cooked collagen. Collagen, as you know, is really good for you. It's good for your hair, your nails, your skin. So you can get a double whammy. You get the benefit of the elderberry gummy if you consume them yourselves, plus the benefit of gelatin and collagen added to your diet. It's a good source of protein. It's paleo, non-GMO, gluten-free, RBGH-free. So that's what I use, the gelatin that I use. And I will leave a link for this in the description box below. So we've got just a cup of elderberry syrup, and if you don't run out and buy elderberry syrup, it is so easy to make your own. I literally made this morning while I was having coffee and watching the news. That's how easy it is. It takes less than an hour to make your own elderberry syrup with just a few ingredients. I will leave a link for my video showing you how to make your own elderberry syrup. So don't go out and buy it, make it yourself. It'll be that much better. So we got our elderberry syrup over here heating up on a low heat. I've measured out 8 teaspoons of my bovine gelatin, my Perfect Supplements grass-fed beef gelatin, and that's ready to go. Once we get this elderberry syrup nice and warm, we're going to whisk in our gelatin until it's dissolved. I also have some gummy bear molds, and I want you to take a look at these. These are absolutely adorable little gummy bear molds. They have such good detail. You can see their little faces. You can see their little feet and their hands. They are so cute, and they're from the Modern Gummy. I will leave a link for that in the description box below. I've got since these are silicone and they're very bendy, I've got mine on cookie sheets. Once I get my gelatin mixture, elderberry gelatin mixture, into the gummy bear molds, I'll put them in the refrigerator for 2 to 3 hours to get them to firm up. They will gel up just sitting out here on the counter, but they'll go a lot quicker if you put them in the fridge for like 2 to 3 hours. It's a lot easier to put them in the fridge if you have them on a cookie sheet. So I've got 2 cookie sheets full of my little molds ready to go. The cool thing about these particular molds is that they come with this little eyedropper for filling them, because as you can see, that's an awfully small crevice to fill, and it could be kind of difficult if you're trying to pour it out of any kind of measuring cup. I do have a couple of small little teeny measuring things that I could probably pour it out of, but I think this is going to work a lot better, so we'll use this. I've done it before with the little measuring cups and I just end up dripping it all over the place, so we'll use our little eyedropper to do that. So we're just going to go ahead and heat this up, and when it's warm and we're ready to put our gelatin in and mix it, we'll come back so you can see that and the rest of the process. So don't go anywhere. Okay guys, if you can see here, our elderberry syrup is warming up nicely. It's not too hot, it's just nice and warm. And I think we are about ready to go ahead and add in our gelatin. So we're just going to go ahead and sprinkle that over the top, see, of our warming elderberry syrup. And then using this nice flat whisk here, I don't know where I got this thing. Just kind of whisk that in, and it may take a little bit for that gelatin to dissolve, but it shouldn't take too long. Okay guys, so our mixture has been heated and we have, we're ready to start filling our bears. Oop. There we go. I hope you can see this. It's kind of hard to get a decent angle of this. One thing I will say that I did do was take a little sieve and just, there were some little bits of undissolved gelatin, and I just scooped those out because I figured those would be kind of nasty for the baby. So I just kind of scooped those out of there so she wouldn't have to deal with that. But I mean, that's totally up to you, and you don't have to use a sieve. You could use a little teaspoon and just kind of fish them out of there. But yeah, and this looks tedious, but it actually goes pretty quick. It's not that bad. Guys, I just wanted to show you, we've got our gummies all portioned out. I ended up getting 173 gummy cavities, these little gummy bears filled with this mixture, and I am now going to go ahead and put this in my refrigerator if I can get it in there. Can you see? I'm gonna slide him over to the side. Yeah, so those gummies are setting up really, really well. I'm really happy with how this process is going so far. I would be willing to bet that if I had let them sit on the counter for maybe half an hour, I would not have even have had to put them on a cookie sheet to put them in the refrigerator because they were gelling up that fast, which is great because not everyone can fit a cookie sheet in their refrigerator, let alone 2 of them. I know I used to have I have the French door fridge now. I had one of those side-by-side fridge freezer things. Absolutely hated it because I couldn't fit anything in it. It was shallow. It wasn't wide enough, but now I can actually fit the cookie sheets in there, which is nice. But again, if you let them set up for like half an hour on the counter, you won't even need the cookie sheet. You can just carefully take those little silicone molds and put them right on the shelf in your refrigerator and they'll be good to go. Again, I will put links for everything down in the description and we will be back when we're ready to unmold our little gummy bears. Okay guys, we are back. Our elderberry gummy bears have been chilling in the fridge for a couple of hours and they are nice and gelled and ready to pop out of their molds. Guys, these are super easy to pop out. All you have to do is push that bear inside out and he is going to come right out. You see that? How he comes right out of that mold? Let's do another one. You see that? He comes right out of there. And these are good to go. You can have them right now. And they're delicious. And you have the goodness of elderberry syrup plus the added benefit of the gelatin and collagen. So there's no real dosage recommendations for elderberry syrup, but basically what we do is if we're not sick, just as a daily supplement, we will take, adults will take maybe 2 to 3 gummies a day. So about half a tablespoon of elderberry syrup, 2 to 3 gummies a day. Children can take 1 gummy or half a teaspoon of elderberry syrup a day. Don't give it, especially if you use raw honey, you're not going to want to give elderberry syrup to a child under a year old. So just keep that in mind. So again, I'm just popping these out and putting them in a little mason jar. You can keep these in the refrigerator, which I would highly recommend. You can store them in the freezer. Like if you make a great big batch of them, you can store them in the freezer and just like take them out as you need them. See that? Look at that. Just look at how easy they pop out of there. It's amazing. These are really, literally, I think one of the best little molds that I have had for this kind of stuff. And especially for being something so small, you know, a little item that is so small, to pop out of there so clean like that, these are fantastic. I love these. And if you recall, they were, whoop, let me stand at attention there. They were so easy to fill using the syringe that came with the mold. So, you know, you can't beat that. So again, 2 to 3 gummies a day for adults, 1 for kids as part of a daily regimen. Immune booster type scenario. If you come into contact with somebody who's sick or have prolonged exposure to somebody who's sick, you're going to want to up that dosage a little bit. Adults maybe 5 gummies a day and kids 2 gummies a day. And then, you know, and that's with you coming into contact with somebody who's sick, but you're not yet sick yourself, right? You're just little added measure of prevention to keep your immune system boosted and raring to go. If you end up getting sick, God forbid, I don't wish that on anybody. But if you end up getting sick, kids, 3 gummies a day, adults, up to 15 a day, because, you know, your body's you wear yourselves out taking care of your little ones. So you're going to need a little bit more of an immune boost. So yeah, there you have it. Let me know if you have any questions. And again, if you missed the video on making your own elderberry syrup, there should be a link after this video that you can go ahead and watch that so that you can make your own elderberry syrup. I will have links to these gummy bear molds and all of the ingredients required to make an elderberry syrup. The herbs that I use, the Rosehips and the elderberries that I get from Starwest Botanicals. I'll put links for all of those in the description box below. And so I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I hope you enjoyed watching us make these little gummy guys. Do me a favor, go ahead and click the like button down below. Subscribe to my channel. That would be wonderful. We are constantly coming up with new ideas, new things to share. If there's something that you would like to see us do as part of this channel that's crafty, makey, go ahead and drop a comment in the comment box down below and we'll definitely give that a look. Somebody on Facebook actually asked, told me that they wanted to see how to make your own elderberry gummy bears. So that's what we're doing here today. So thank you for that. Go ahead and visit our Facebook page. It's at Crafty Makey TV. Like that page and you'll get notified when we put out new posts. You keep track of us on Instagram at Crafty Makey TV on Instagram. And you can always email me, Jennifer at craftymakeytv.com. Any ideas you might have or questions you might have, and we'll be more than willing to answer any of those. So again, I hope you enjoyed this video and had a good time watching it. I certainly had a great time making these gummy bears for my granddaughter. So here's to your health, and I hope you all have a great day.